This is a look at the formula that you need to remember before you take a functional skills paper at level 1 or level 2. So these are the formula that they won't give you in the answers or in the questions. So when we look at the first topic area, area and perimeter of a square. So area of a square, base times height. So it sometimes looks in a different way because all the sides are the same, but if you do base times height, you are getting to the answer. Perimeter of a square, distance around the edge. So P, as you can see there, equals A plus A plus A plus A. Again, it is A 4 times because in a square, the definition of a square is that all the sides are equal. So if it was 3, it would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, obviously being aware of the correct units. Perimeter of a rectangle, again, walking around the edge, just add up the sides of a rectangle. Okay, handling information and data. So let's have a look at mean. So mean average, you add up all the numbers and divide by how many numbers there are. Range, so the range is the difference between the lowest and highest value. Going on to level 2, there may well be a question which requires you to use compound interest. So the formula for compound interest is 100 plus R, the R being the rate, divided by 100. That's in brackets, so you do that first. The little n of the indices is how many years. So if it turns out to be something like 1.04 for 3 years, it would be 1.04 times 1.04 times 1.04. The indices will appear as a little 3. Remember, that's times by itself. The top bit of the page, calculate using compound measures including speed, density and rate of pay. So speed equals density over time. Rates of pay is the amount of pay divided by how many hours are worked or whatever units, so months worked, years worked. It will be useful to learners to be familiar with density equals mass divided by volume. So why they said it might be useful, because they may well give you the density one. So just having a look at one of the questions, just to interpret what may well be useful means. So I'm not going to answer the question here. I have answered it in a different video. So if you click on this, if that works for you, or if you copy this URL into the browser, it will go there. So let's have a look at the question. So the question, Nicola wants to put a flat roof on a bike store. The roof will be made of concrete in the shape of a cuboid as shown. Nicola wants to put a metal strip along 2 of the longest edges of the roof. She knows the density of concrete is 2,300 kilometers by meter cubed. The mass of 1 meter of metal strip is 5 kilometers. So it actually gives you density equals mass divided by volume. But what it won't do is to rearrange the formula. For this question, you do need to work out formula. So it'd be easier if you could rearrange the magic triangle. So remember, if you want formula, you cover the formula up and it's mass divided by density. That makes the question a little bit easier. So it gives you the formula, but being able to use a magic triangle, similarly when you do speed, density and time, it may well be useful to know the magic formula, the magic triangle, as well as the formula. So again, there is the question answer for that one with the URL. Calculate perimeters and areas of 2D shapes, including triangles and circles and composite shapes. Composite shapes are shapes that are mixed together. At level 2, you will, if you have a question on this, it will probably be a composite shape, including non-rectangular shapes formally given for triangles, except for triangles and circles. So that's why we're looking at triangles and circles. So the formula for the area of a triangle, two different versions there. You could either do it in either way: half times base times height, also base times height divided by 2, whatever way you're comfortable in working that out. Perimeter of a triangle, perimeter equals, and again just walking around the edge. So over this example is A plus B plus C. Okay, so you also need to know the area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared. Let me write that in for you. It won't give you this formula, although the question might ask you to work out a area of a circle. Circumference is 2 pi r. Obviously these signs here are pi. It actually at the start of the paper will tell you what figures to use for pi. So let's just remind here, pi equals 3.14. An example where they've asked you to know the area of a circle but not given it is shown on the screen. So you need to work out the area of a circle, pi r squared, but if you don't know it beforehand, you're going to struggle with the question. I haven't answered the question here, but if you click on the link or type in the URL, it will go to that question for an explanation. Circumference of a circle, so we've got the formula there, 2 pi r. Circumference of a semicircle, half pi d plus d. Remember, you're walking along that extra edge. Again, given a question, given the answers and the URL. So you do have to work out circumference in the question, but again, it's not providing you with pi r, 2 pi r. Okay, again, the explanation: use of formula to find volumes and surface areas or 3D shapes, including cylinders. Formula to be given for shapes other than cylinders. So there we've got a volume of a cylinder formula, and we've also got the surface area of a cylinder. So the surface area is the volume plus the area of the two circles. So it's, let me zoom in, so the volume, which is there, and the surface area, which is there. Sorry, the surface area is not volume by the two areas of circle. It's 2 pi r h, which gives you the area around the outside, and then the two circles. Sorry about that, it's getting late. Okay, so that's a quick run through of the formula that you need, and I will send you the document as well.